Here's what all this theory is based on, the concept of learned helplessness. They took 3 mice, your best maze-running mice in your organization. These 3 mice were put into an experiment. A and B were hooked up to something that shocked them randomly. We call it the workplace. Mouse C was not hooked up to anything. We call that top leadership, okay? Just kidding. They got no shocking. What they did was they took these equal maze runners, they shocked A and B randomly because that's what replicates chronic shock syndrome. It makes them more stressful. They put them into a maze and saw how they ran. Round 1, C stayed the same, A and B, their performance went up. It's called the adrenaline factor. It's what we've been doing the last 10 years. It's called heroics. It's called adrenaline. It's called not sustainable. Round 1. Round 2, they kept randomly shocking A and B. A and B's performance went down. C stayed the same. Round 3, they did not stop the shocks from coming in on A. They gave him a button that once the shock came in, he could press the button and stop the shock. Did not stop it from coming in, gave him impact once it was there. B never got a button, C never got shocked. Round 3, C's performance stays the same, awesome in the control group, says your experiment could be valid. A's performance went up and then down, remember? Went back up to the level of C's. All that shocking made no difference whatsoever in his life. B generalized, I can't stop the shocking, to I'm not even going to attempt to run the maze, and got into learned helplessness, didn't even attempt to run. Let's look at your workplace. Theory being, most of your HR efforts, when I look at your budgets, it's all about stopping the shock from coming in. And it's impossible. You will never succeed. We need to give people buttons that when a shock comes in, they themselves can stop the shock. They can have impact so that they can stay productive regardless of their circumstances. Do you hear the flaw in most judgments from an HR philosophy standpoint? We are spending millions and millions and billions of dollars on stopping the shocks from coming in, predicting the shocks, and trying to create cultures that are shock-proof, and these things never reach our employees. We're using training and development to try and make perfect employees. I think you should have teamwork so that every employee who makes a mistake, the mistake just never reaches the customer, because the team is so good at not judging and helping that they mitigate every risk regardless of who started it.